I've been there.
You meet someone who seems interesting and strangely familiar. You're quickly attracted and you want to see them more. Something inside you feels compelled to connect with them. And when you're not seeing them or talking to them, you're constantly thinking about them. What is their love language? How can you entice them to like you? How do you get them to be as interested in you as you are in them? You think about everything that you do and that you're interested in and how you'd like to share it with them. What can you do to show them how special you are? And once you figure out the answers to those questions and you land a relationship, you find that they really don't want to talk when your feelings are hurt, or they drink too much, or they seem distant and cold. When the relationship finally ends, or when you want it to end because you can't really say the words, you've realized that your relationship has recreated the same patterns that you suffered through in your past. You were always taking care of your mother's emotions to try to avoid her anger, and you find yourself in a relationship with angry partners who you're constantly afraid of. You weren't allowed to speak your needs directly growing up, and your partner doesn't even think you have needs. What are you doing wrong, and how do you fix it? I want to say that if you resonate with what I'm telling you here, you're allowing your hurt child self to lead in your dating journey. And that child is looking for people like the ones that hurt you in the past, because if he or she can prove by being good enough or funny enough or using enough of the skills that you used to survive childhood, then maybe you'll be able to prove that you're lovable enough to settle down with someone who actually treats you with love, respect, and kindness. I'm going to tell you right now, that doesn't ever work. But it's the way we date if we've lived through childhood trauma and then aren't mindful in the way that we date and interact with potential partners. Here are a few things that I recommend. First, when you're meeting someone new, look for what's wrong. I know that sounds like funny advice, but every relationship fails because of the things we ignored at the beginning. That's right. Think about every relationship that's ended for you and think back to the things you didn't like, but that you ignored in the beginning. I think you'll see it was the things you ignored that ultimately ended the relationship. So look for what's wrong. Realize that when you're first dating someone, they're showing you their best behavior. If what you're seeing is their best behavior and you already don't like it, just know that things are likely to get worse. Can you live with that? If not, it's time to say no thank you to the next date. Next, welcome conflict. Childhood trauma definitely impacts the way we manage conflict, so it's important for you to welcome conflict as an opportunity to see how a potential partner deals with it. Are they open to your opinions and needs? Do they shut down when conflict comes? Or are they open to figuring out how to meet your needs as well as their own? Finally, notice your own unhealthy impulses. Every one of us who struggled with trauma during childhood developed trauma-based relationship skills that invite similar relationships to the ones we grew up in. So when you want to change that, you've got to look at the habits that you developed to try to get your needs met and learn how to replace those with healthy relationship skills. For example, I constantly offered emotional caregiving to my mother to keep myself safe while I was growing up. Then my relationships were a series of me being a helper and soother to support my partners emotionally. And that was a mistake. My breakthrough happened when I realized I was doing it with someone that I was dating. I realized that seeing him brought the parts out of me that just wanted to take care of him because I could see his unmet needs. I said that to him and ended the dating relationship, and then became very observant to make sure that I wasn't doing any of that caregiving moving forward. That's not to say that I'm not caring, but I don't cross boundaries into the areas where my partner should be responsible for his own well-being. And I have to tell you, that made a world of difference when it came to my being able to attract a healthy, loving partner with a healthy attachment style. So, What do you need to do to heal your patterns that lead to dating the same kind of person over and over again? Well, listen to yourself more closely and don't ignore that inner voice that's telling you that something's wrong. Healthy, loving relationships are good 90 to 100% of the time when it comes to how you're being treated by a partner. People who stay in unhealthy relationships do that with a focus on the 10% that's good, even when 90% of the time it's bad, unhealthy, or painful. If your partner isn't treating you right most of the time, that isn't going to change. They're showing you who they are. Believe them. Real change for you means that you've got to understand the impact of childhood trauma on your relationship choices and begin to heal yourself first. Change your relationship skills and stop being triggered into the same terrible patterns that will never stop causing you pain. Inside my Trauma Erase Method Academy, you can learn how to reverse these patterns and make your healing a priority so you can improve your relationship with yourself, develop healthy relationship skills, and change your dating outlook. When you're ready, click the link in the description. I'm Tamara Ridge, the therapist that's been there. You can change your dating patterns and attract a healthy, loving partner by first healing yourself. See you soon.